If you run a restaurant and you want your ad showing up when people search up your type of food near them, well then this video is for you. Most restaurants struggle with Google Ads, but it's not the platform, it's how they're set up. And this isn't your fault. Most restaurants have never been shown how to set up Google Ads the proper way for a restaurant. That's why you end up paying for clicks that don't turn into bookings, takeaways, or walk-ins, while other competitor restaurants keep showing up above you and stealing all the clients that you should be getting. But you're in luck because in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to set up Google Ads for your restaurant, including how to find the correct keywords to bid on, how to find exactly how much your competitors are paying to appear at the top of the page, and how to avoid the two biggest, most costly mistakes that restaurants make when they start a Google Ads campaign. But without further ado, let's just dive into the video and teach you the proper way to set up your Google Ads account for your restaurant. So the very first thing we want to do once we're in the Google Ads dashboard isn't going to be creating the campaign, okay? The first thing we want to do is actually go over to the left-hand side of tools and go to planning, then to keyword planner. The reason why we want to do this is we want to find the correct keywords to bid on for our restaurant and see exactly how much our competitors are paying to appear at the top of the page, and also know how many times these particular keywords get searched. So to do that, we just tap on discover new keywords and we just type in what our restaurant is. For this example, we're just going to be a Greek restaurant. So bang, just like that, I've typed in Greek restaurant. This is going to be the restaurant that we're going to be making this ad campaign for. This setup will work the exact same for your restaurant. So what we want to do is tap on the location area and we want to change this over to our nearest city so we can get the most relevant data, okay? So I'm just targeting Melbourne like this and tap on save. Now bang, as you can see, it's given us a bunch of different results. The first thing we want to do is tap on average monthly searches. This just brings down the highest search keywords per month, all right? So to break this down for you, if we look at Greek restaurant near me, this is a high intent keyword. They're literally looking to go to a Greek restaurant tonight, all right? They want some food right now. Where there's a different keyword like this, Greek restaurant, it's quite broad. I personally wouldn't be bidding on keywords like this just because they just don't have that super high intent, okay? So I would personally only be bidding on keywords like this, just all these different types of things. Now to break this down even further, as you can see on the right-hand side, we have top of page with low range and high range, okay? So this is how much our competitors are paying to advertise on Google search to appear at the top of the page. So as you can see here, Greek restaurant near me, they're paying anywhere from 35 cents to $5 for a click. Google Ads doesn't charge you when somebody just sees your ad, they only charge you when somebody actually clicks on your ad, okay? So since we know that now, let's go break down some of these keywords. So I'm gonna grab all the keywords that I wanna bid on. For this campaign, we're gonna base it around Greek food near me or Greek restaurant near me or anything like that. I'm not gonna grab keywords like this, where they're just grammatically incorrect, where it says restaurant Greek near me. I will explain this later on in the video. It's just because of the type of headline that I like to use. It uses whatever they search into the search bar as one of our headlines. And if it uses one like this, where it's spelled incorrectly, our ad would just look dumb, okay? And it doesn't matter at all because these type of headlines are so similar to this one that our ads will show up for the same traffic anyway, okay? So we'll scroll down here, okay? Look, if you have things like souvlaki's or anything like that, you know, specific things that most people go to your particular restaurant for, I would create a separate campaign for these just because you can be super relevant to what they're searching rather than just a catch-all Greek food restaurant popping up. Like if somebody typed up Yidos near me, they'd want to see an ad that's literally based around that, not one that is just a basic Greek food restaurant, okay? Even though obviously they'd sell that. So let's just grab all these keywords like this. All right, now what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna tap on copy. We're gonna paste these over into our notes because we're going to use these later on. Please remember the top of page with high range. It's around $5 for these high intent keywords up here, and then it's around $3 for these ones down here, okay? What I would do is I would just average this to about $4 per click, because our ads are still going to show up here because it's anywhere from 35 cents to $5, and we're going to be able to bid pretty decent for these as well. Okay, so I've just pasted all of these keywords into my notes. Now all we need to do is go and start actually creating the campaign. Go to campaigns, tap on new campaign, tap on it again. Now the campaign objective that we just want to pick is going to be leads. Unless you're getting payment for the bookings on the spot, you can go with sales. But if you're just getting soft bookings where they can just book in without paying a deposit, you can just put it on leads. Now for the conversion goals, obviously link this to your booking forms and everything like that, so you can track exactly when somebody books in on your page. Also add in phone call leads as well, so we can know when somebody's called our business from the ads. Look, I do have a full separate video linked down in the description completely for free. It's just on YouTube. It'll teach you exactly how to set up conversion tracking for your business. Just watch that video after this one because we'll get the campaign live. Google will take about 3 to 4 hours to review it and publish it. So you've got plenty of time to set in your conversion tracking. So what we're going to do now is tap on continue. The campaign type that we want is going to be search because we just want our ads to show up when somebody types up Greek food near me or anything like that. Okay, so it's just literally search based. We don't want performance max, it sucks. And all these other ones here also suck, okay? So what we're gonna do now is just tap on website visits. I'm just gonna paste in the demonstration website that I'm gonna use today. I wouldn't bother about any of these. If you did this on phone calls, it would start a phone call campaign, which is absolutely horrible. They never really get any impressions. And I wouldn't use lead form submissions because these are the Google Ads lead form submissions, which are really bad. They give you a bunch of dud leads, okay? I'll just send them to the website and they can book in, fill out the form or anything like that there. So now let's tap on next. We're just going to name the campaign type what it is. So this campaign is based around Greek food near me, and the keyword type is going to be exact. Don't stress at all. I'll teach you exactly what that means in a minute. So we're going to tap on continue now. Now, the very first mistake that most restaurants make when it comes to setting up Google Ads that cost them an arm and a leg, it's starting this on conversions. You want to start this on clicks, not conversions, and setting a maximum cost per click. So just a limit for how much Google Ads can spend per click. So for us, I'm going to whip it up on the screen. We saw the top of page with high range. We just want to average that out. So we're just going to do around $4 per click because we don't want to spend any more than that unless we see typical keywords that are converting better. We can increase bids on those ones. All right. Now to break this down for your peace of mind so you understand how this works, if we started this on a conversion focused bidding strategy and we had no conversion data in our Google Ads account, Google is just going to spend an arm and a leg to figure out how much it should be paying for somebody to convert on your ad. If you start this on clicks, it gives you the ability to have a maximum cost per click and then train Google Ads on your own conversion data. So then you can see exactly how much you should be paying for conversions. And then you can flip this over to a conversion focused bidding strategy with a target CPA because you already know exactly how much it should cost for people to convert on your ad, okay? But for right now, you got a lot of conversions before you need to worry about that. So just start it on clicks because this will be the best way to start your ads for your business, okay? Now let's tap on next. Now what we want to do now is remove Google search and display. They're really hard to track if they're getting you conversions and good clicks. So I recommend just removing them and not bothering with them. You end up usually getting pretty shitty traffic from it regardless. So it will just save you money removing these. For locations, just tap on enter another location, tap on advanced search. I'm going to teach you the best way to do the targeting, not the shitty way that most people recommend, okay? So instead of doing a massive radius, we're going to go over here and type up our town that we have our Greek restaurant. We're going to tap on show all areas up here, and then we're going to manually target all of these different postcodes or zip codes if you're from America around us, okay? The reason why we want to do this is because it gives us the ability to increase and decrease bids based off which areas are converting really well and which ones are converting like shit, all right? So to break this down for you, let's just say Melbourne East over here, we get a lot of clients to our Greek restaurant, okay? We want to increase our bids over here because obviously our money is coming back to us in Melbourne East tenfold, right? We're getting a lot of clients. But over here in Mount Waverley, just say we get no real clients from Mount Waverley, but we want to decrease our bids over there because obviously they're maybe poorer people and they can't afford our fancy restaurant, or maybe they just don't like Greek food over there and they just window shop a lot and waste our budget. We can decrease our bids over here, right? If you set this up the way that other people teach it, which is just this giant pin mode, it's quite annoying because it just targets this massive area like this. Obviously you can increase and decrease the size just like this, but obviously you can't do bid adjustments because it's just one massive targeting zone. So I recommend not doing this because you don't get that unfair advantage later on when you have more data, okay? So what we're going to do now after we've targeted the areas that we want, we're going to tap on save. Obviously, you know your business better than me. You know how far people are willing to travel for it. And you also know where you'd probably want to advertise or how far you'd want to advertise from your area. So now here is the second biggest mistake that most advertisers make. It's these little locations options right here. We don't want to flick this from presence or interest to presence people in or regularly in. The reason why presence or interest literally means that somebody from a foreign land, a different country, a different state, a different planet can see your ads, right? If we don't have this selected, we have it presence people in or regularly in, your ads will only show up to people who live in your area or who are regularly in your area, okay? This is exactly what we want. Real quick guys, if you want that unfair advantage in your restaurant, there's a link in the description to my advertising course where I teach you everything I know about Google ads, Facebook ads, and automating your entire business. There is no better investment into your business than learning how to run ads the correct way. So if you want to learn the correct way and all the advanced techniques that I teach in my course, there's a link in the description. Go join the course and say hello. Now once we've selected that, we're just gonna scroll down. We're gonna go to audience segments. I recommend just tapping select all. If you don't have this option here, because you've got a completely brand new Google Ads account, just tap on browse and just go through here and tap on all of these different ones, okay? This is the exact same thing like the locations. You can do bid adjustments later on based on which different audience segment is converting higher than others, okay? So this is incredible to have on your side later on when you've got more data. We're gonna scroll down, we're gonna tap on more settings. If you only want your ads running when your business is open, you can easily put it on Monday to Fridays, just like this, if you just work Monday to Friday, which you probably don't. Or you could just have it in all days and then just set in time limits, like you only work from 17:30 to 21, okay? Now we're just gonna tap on next. We're gonna tap on next again. We're gonna skip keyword and asset generation. This is absolutely horrible. We wanna set up the campaigns manually and actually know what words we're putting into the ads. Now, once we're here, we're just gonna paste in the keywords that we had before, all right? At the very start of the video, we grabbed a bunch of keywords and copied them, put them in our notes. I sure hope you put them in your notes, but we're just gonna use them right now. Bang, here's all my keywords right here. Okay, right now, all these keywords are broad match. As you can see right here, broad match, it means that there's no quotation marks around the keywords and there's no brackets around the keywords. So we want to change these to exact match. So we want to just put brackets around our keywords just like this. What this basically means, let's just break it down for you. Exact match means that your ads will only show up when people type these exact search terms into Google, okay? Phrase match means that your ads will show up when they type up the exact keyword, but also a bunch of ones that are relevant, right? Sometimes they can be irrelevant as well, all right? So that's why I don't particularly use phrase match that much. And then broad match is just shit. It will show your ads to anyone searching anything slightly relevant to your keywords, okay? I just prefer to put all of these on exact match because I find it 10 times easier and it lessens the amount of work that you have to do to go through and do negative keyword audits and everything like that to remove irrelevant searches, okay? So bang, as you can see, these are all exact match keywords now. Now what we want to do is scroll down and start creating our ad. So now what we want to do is go down to calls and put in our phone number just like this. Tap on it like that. So now when people see our ad on mobile devices, they can literally tap on it, go to the website, or they can tap down here and call us directly, okay? So tap on apply. Now we're going to start putting in the headlines. So these are the big blue bits at the very top of the ad. So I'm just going to remove all of these ones here and change them around to actually be good and relevant to what the searchers are searching, okay? So bang, I've just pasted in a bunch of different headlines like this, but I wanna actually add in a special headline that nobody ever teaches you, okay? You wanna tap on this little squiggly bracket and tap on keyword insertion. Now you wanna put this on title case and just put in a default text, which is one of your keywords, okay? So I'm just gonna type in Greek food near me and tap on apply. And what we're also going to do is I'm just going to pin this into position 1. This might change the ad strength. Yep, it did to 4. That does not mean anything, okay? The ad strength doesn't actually do anything in regards to getting clicks, conversions, or literally anything, okay? So do not stress about the ad strength. So what I did just then was I pinned the headline to appear as the first one every single time. So the keyword insertion, what this does is it grabs any of the keywords up here that we're bidding on, and whichever one the searcher triggered. So let's say they just typed in Greek cuisine near me. It'll literally take that exact keyword and put it as the first headline. You cannot be any more relevant to what the person is searching than the literal keyword that they triggered to find your ad, right? It is unbelievably good for getting a higher click-through rate. Now, if you have this little warning sign up here about your URL, obviously because I used a semi-dodgy-ish Greek site, I guess, so I'm just gonna paste in one that actually has a HTTPS. So we're just gonna use this example instead, okay? As you can see, it doesn't have a warning sign because it is a secure site. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go down and start putting in our descriptions, which are these bits here. So let's scroll down and just put in some nice descriptions to really sell people on our restaurant. Bang, I've just pasted in 4 different descriptions here. Let's just scroll up and have a look at what the ad looks like now. So bang, this is what our ad is looking like right now. If they triggered the keyword Greek near me, it would literally come up with Greek near me, Greek gyros and souvlakis, craving Greek food, enjoy fresh gyros and classic recipes and bold flavors. Fresh Greek food with juicy gyros, pittas, wraps, and traditional flavors. All right, this is making my mouth drool, right, thinking about this. All right, this is a killer ad, right? I mean, it's relevant as shit to what they're searching, and it's hitting the exact thing that they probably have right now, which is a craving for Greek food, which is why they're probably looking up Greek food near me, okay? So this is an absolute killer ad right now. What we want to do now is scroll down to images. If you're a new campaign, you probably don't have images yet. This will take about 1 to 2 weeks of advertising, then you get the ability to do this. But if you already have one right now, don't stress at all. We're gonna tap on website and social and use the photos on our website. So what I will do is go through here and tap on all of the photos of your best sellers, the thing that sells the most, because obviously, you know, most people are gonna see the ads, see the best seller. and obviously it's going to really increase them to click on it, because you know you're most likely showing the thing that they want because it is a bestseller. Okay, now we're going to tap on save, put in your business name right here, add in your logo right here, and then you can have in different site links. So these are just links to different parts of your site. I try to push these all around social proof or booking. Okay, so you can have a site link that says book online now, and as you can see right now, it literally pops up right at the bottom as a site link, and this will go to a separate part of your site that would be the booking page. So you would just need to put that booking page URL right in here, okay? Now you can add in multiple different ones in here. Your ad will most likely show a maximum of 4 site links at a time. So just push these all around things that make people click. Like you could have in the site link number 2, you could have menu, right? View our menu, something like that. For site link number 3, you could have read our reviews, you know, push the fact that it's amazing Greek food. And then for the 4th one, you could even have a discount. Honestly, you just want anything to get people to click on your ad and book in a table, okay? Once you've done all that, just tap on create, and then we're gonna scroll down to callouts. Now, callouts are just little snippets right at the end of the page. So you just tap in new callout like this, and then you can just add in multiple different callouts. So you can have book online, and as you can see, it just pops up right at the end of the description. I recommend just adding in, you know, your best sellers in here as well. So if Souvlaki's is your best seller, or if you're from a different type of restaurant, you just put in whatever your best sellers are in here. Or you could have in here things like social proof, 200 plus 5-star reviews, tap on save, and then tap on apply, okay? Now we're gonna go down to more assets. What we're going to do is just ignore 90% of the things here because they're all shit, okay? Promotions are good, but I recommend just putting a promotion in one of your headlines instead of using the promotions thing itself. And then honestly, everything else here I would just ignore. Tap on save, tap on next. Now what we want to do is put in our daily budget. So I recommend putting in whatever the maximum cost per click is, timesing that by 10 so you get at least 10 clicks, and that would equal your daily budget. Obviously, depending on how much money your business makes, you would just put in more money or less money. But for this, it would literally be $40 a day, and that should guarantee you a minimum of 10 clicks. But as you saw before, each click was anywhere from 35 cents to around $5. So you'll most likely get around 15 to 20 clicks per day, right? And that should be a good amount of booked people in that night, okay? So what we're gonna do now is tap on next. Now this is gonna check for errors, and it's gonna ask me to confirm myself. I'm not going to, because this is just a demonstration, and all I would literally do this for is just to be able to publish the campaign, which I'm not gonna send live anyway because it is a demonstration. But once you do it, you'll get the ability to publish the campaign up here and one down here as well, okay? Now don't stress about the bidding, how it's got this warning sign over here. It's because we started it on clicks instead of conversions. Remember, this is what we want, okay? So do not stress about seeing this little warning sign. Now look, if you did want that unfair advantage in your restaurant and you want to learn everything I know when it comes to Google Ads, Facebook ads, and automating your entire business, there's a link in the description with the hands down best investment that you ever make into your business is learning how to advertise properly. So if you want that unfair advantage in your business, go join the course, say hello.